video is an unpaid sponsorship by Box Critters, an MMORPG by the same creators of Club Penguin. Before we start, I just want to say that this trip was not sponsored by Box Critters or anyone. It's just this Storytime video. So no one paid me to do this trip. I'm not being paid to do this video, okay? So calm down. This is for an item release, which I'm gonna mention in the end of this video. So calm down. No one paid for this trip for me. This was all out of my own pocket. Got that? Good. Okay, now get into the video. Sup lovely people, Kitty J here, and I sort of apologize if July was really bleak. Reason being is because I was in Europe for 2 weeks. And I have to say, best trip ever. I had a fun time. I met Mauni and I've been to places that I never thought I would be able to visit, and it was just pretty amazing. I have all the travel footage ready to edit. It's just gonna take a while for me to finish editing all of them because there's a lot to get through and my Mac is somewhat dying already, so please be patient. So they're probably gonna be out around August, so calm down. They'll be out soon. For now, I just wanna do a little storytime video because oh boy, there is a lot to talk about what just happened. So if you don't follow me on social media, first of all, please do, links down below, not to mention you can find me over here. But basically, I was given the chance to visit London and Iceland, and it was really amazing. And here's the thing, I don't know about you, but for me, what I believe on how our world and universe works is that things have to balance each other out. What that means is basically saying that if something good happens to you, you somewhat have to pay for it with life experience or something. Like, the best way to explain it is somewhat like this, right? Let's say you have a really shit year, like you had 1 full year where it was so bad, there's no redemption, it was just absolute rubbish, right? The universe will somewhat make up for it by making the next year an absolute blast, I guess. Like they're gonna make it like really amazing for you. They're gonna make it up for all the bad shit that happened previously, and they're just gonna make up for it. And by the way, that's a true story. It happened to me one time. And since the universe knows that I somewhat enjoyed this trip to the max, like I had a blast and everything, I think they wanted me to pay for it immediately. So strap yourselves in, guys, as I'm going to tell you the story on how I got an extended trip to Paris and Japan for 2 hours each with a twist. Yeah, that happened. If you live in Australia, you have to go through stopovers if you want to visit Europe. Reason being is because if you look in the map, we're dead in the bottom and Europe is right there on top. And unfortunately, we don't have airplanes that could do direct flights yet. Apparently, they're currently testing that out in Perth with Qantas flights from Perth to the UK, but that's it. There's nothing in Sydney at the moment, so we're dealing with a bunch of stopovers. So originally, the plan was that from Iceland, I have to go to the UK, then from the UK, I have to go to France, then after France, I have to go to China, and after China, I have to go to Sydney. And that's it. It's simple, handy dandy. There's gonna be a few hours separating each flight, around 1 to 2 hours separate. And it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad plan. It's perfect. It's okay. And oh boy, things are about to get messed up because when it comes to stopovers, something bad is bound to happen. So let's start off when I had to leave Iceland to go to the UK. And I have to say the flight was okay. It was enjoyable. I don't mind. It was nothing bad happened. It went according to plan with a few delays. But the only thing I have to complain about is the fact that there were no screens on. Like none were working. Not a single one. None of the monitors were working. And it's sad because there is this Icelandic film that I wanted to watch and I won't be able to know how it ends because the screens ain't working and there's no available digital copy or physical copy for me to buy. And this film is called Let Me Fall, and it's a really interesting film. It's kind of mature though, but oh my god. the fact that there were no screens working, I was unable to know how it ends, so I'm pretty much left in the dark. So if anyone knows where I could get physical or digital copy, please let me know. I would love to download it or buy it. But luckily, as I'm recording this, I just bought tickets to watch a Sydney screening of the film, as there's a Scandinavian film festival going on in the city. So by the time this video is uploaded, I would have already known how it ends. So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that film. Just saying, Let Me Fall is a good film. Based on what I've seen, the story is really dark. And apparently Hattori's in the soundtrack, like 2 of their songs are in the official OST. And according to the Hattori subreddits, the ending is also dark, so that's something to look forward to. Next is London Heathrow, and basically it was just going well. We started eating in the airport because we haven't had breakfast yet, and you know, just the usual waiting game. Until we got this email, which pretty much tells us that our flight has been delayed and transferred. Dear Madam, dear Sir, for operational reasons, we regret to inform you that we are not able to accommodate you on your original flight on July 19th to Paris to Shanghai. You have been rebooked at the same cabin on July 19, departing from London Heathrow and arrival to Shanghai. If you have booked any specific seat or paid for an option, please consult your reservation by clicking on the link below. Basically, our flight has been transferred, and we are no longer going to Paris. We were going to Shanghai, and this is not a good sign. Apparently, the entire family panicked. We went to the information booth and we called Air France, and luckily the customer support service, the one who answered the phone on customer support, was Filipino. So my dad was able to express his thoughts in a language that he can fluently say without any problems whatsoever. So that's a plus, I guess, but the fact that our flight has been transferred means so many questions, like where are our bags? What the flip happened? What's gonna happen to us? How are we getting new boarding passes? So does that mean that we're gonna arrive the same time? Will we miss our flight to Sydney? We do not know, and no one knows the answers. All they know is, hey, yeah, your flight has been cancelled and you're being booked to a different flight later at the night. So yeah, we were advised to go visit the Air China booth in the airport, which is like downstairs. So my dad decided to do that, and he just goes back in and out because no one is there yet, because no one is on that booth unless it's like 1 hour, 30 minutes before the flight. So my dad decided to go to the Air France gate, and this is when we found out that we're actually going to France after all. Apparently the guy in the gate saying, we were waiting for you, we're still waiting for you, can you make it here within 5 minutes, 10 minutes? And my dad ran back, said, everyone pack your things, we're going to France. And you think that this is an easy thing, right? Like, run to the gate? No, because we were in the middle of Heathrow Airport, and the gate was like, it's really far, guys. It's so far away that I have to carry 2 6.5 kilogram bags. One of them is my camera bag, the other one is just my normal bag where I put my laptop. On my hand is my laptop, which I can't pack in my bag, and I'm also carrying a travel pillow, and we have to run to the gate with 5 minutes before they start flying without us. So luckily we made it to the flight, but we have no idea where to sit, so we were just told, sit anywhere you want. And oh my god, guys, if you want to train for Area 51, like if you're gonna do training, just have a massive panic attack in the airport. Like, make sure you go to your gate 5 minutes before they start taking off. Carry a bunch of heavy shit and just start dashing your way. You're gonna be tested by your endurance, your speed. You're gonna be tested by everything. Memory, I guess, just to make sure that you didn't leave anything or you know where everything is. It's perfect training, guys. Like, I believe that I could be able to do the Area 51 raid. Like, if we have to do a massive escape and we have to carry heavy shit like alien machine guns or anything, or I don't know, the weapons of our fallen brethren, I don't know, just it's gonna be easy for me to carry all that to the emergency hangar where we're gonna fly one of the spaceships out of there. Plus, I just want to point out to all the people who will take this joke really seriously. I am joking. Like, what I'm saying in that part is not real. I'm not saying that I'm doing Area 51 raid. In fact, I'm going to VidCon. So yeah, I am not going to Nevada. I am not gonna take part in this raid. I just said this as a joke. So please, calm down. And the reason why I have to say this is because I know people who take all of my jokes and what I say very seriously. So yeah, I just want to inform everyone that what I just said is a joke. So yeah, we were on our way to France and oh boy, this is where the rest of the problems kick in. So France, they didn't let us on the plane to Shanghai. Apparently what happened was the flight from France to Shanghai was damaged and they couldn't get a bigger plane, so they got a smaller plane, and apparently around 2 to 3 families, around 12 people including my own family, were affected, and we ended up staying the night in France. And you may think it's a good thing, you're gonna stay in France, all of that is gonna be okay, everything is gonna be a-okay. No, it's not! Because first of all, it's like freaking midnight and we have no place to stay. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know where our bags are. We don't know if we're gonna make it back home on time. Actually, we're not. We're gonna be a day late. So, yay for that. And not to mention, we're stuck in France. We have no money for France. We spent most of our money in Iceland. We spent most of our money on the food there, and buying food in Iceland is expensive as fuck. Here we are, fam. A closing French airport. It's closed. We're stuck in France. Anyway, they said it's gonna be okay, that basically everything's gonna be alright. Just you're gonna have one night, it's all gonna be covered. You're gonna have free breakfast, free lunch, all of that. And and your flight is in the afternoon, so you have time to visit Paris and all of that jazz. And you may think it's okay, but it wasn't. This is where things got even worse. Basically, they told us, okay, you're gonna ride a bus to your hotel, and no bus came. Apparently there's a football game going on that apparently most of the public transport had to accommodate the football fans and the tourists. So basically we had 2 locals needing to help us talk to the drivers, because apparently not many people in France speak English. And you may be thinking, oh yeah, you're just exaggerating. No, I'm not. Apparently it's hard to talk to someone in France than talking to someone in Iceland. I am not making this shit up. It's hard to find an English-speaking bus driver, or you have to know French just to know where you're going. It was that hard that we needed 2 translators to speak for us basically. And the fact that there were no buses to take us to our hotel, and we were all dead tired, and there's like a line of like 20 to 30 tourists at like 12 to 1 a.m. You have no idea how dead tired and dead stressed we all are. And then apparently taxis are more expensive in Paris. So what? Eventually we wanted to do Uber, but we had no internet connection. We couldn't get a SIM card. So yeah, we ended up getting a taxi, and the most ridiculous thing happened. The taxi that I rode in, we rode with another group of Filipino tourists, and we pretty much pulled off of Philippines, where basically we just overfilled the car. So some context here, in the Philippines, when you have like a 5-seater car, we don't fill it up to just 5 people. Screw that. We fill it up to like 8, 9, 10 people, depending on how big and how much people can fit and how our bags can fit. We're gonna fill that shit up because, I don't know, convenience? Like, screw safety. We're just gonna fill the whole thing up. And it was so funny because, like I said, we were riding with another group of Filipino tourists who live in Europe, and it was an interesting taxi ride. I don't know how the taxi driver reacted to it though. And this is where more things started to pop up. Remember when I said that we were able to have time to visit Paris? Our hotel is not in Paris. The airport isn't even in Paris. We are in Roissy in France or something, and Paris is like an hour away. So if we want to visit Paris, we have to pay like $100 or 100 euros to be exact, or something like that, just to visit Paris. You see the Eiffel Tower, you see Notre Dame, pay $100 because we're not in Paris. So yeah, more money had to be spent on that credit card, fam. Guys, we're getting broke here. We have no more money left. We don't know what to do. More money have to be spent if we want to travel to Paris. And I just have to say that we were dead tired. Like, I don't care if I don't get the chance to see France. I don't care if I don't get the chance to see Eiffel Tower. All I wanted to do is sleep. I'm so exhausted. But luckily, we were able to visit Paris. I was able to take photos and everything. It was okay. It was 2 hours seeing all the main sites. It's basically Paris in a nutshell. So it was a decent trip. Like, it was alright. Then came the airport. And this is where more stress comes in, and so much paperwork and fighting and just a bunch of stuff that I don't know unless I was told about it, but I don't want to tell the tale. But basically, there has been some arguing and people don't know what to say, and they're saying, why did you not go to Shanghai then? Why did you ride this flight? And then there's just basically telling the story of what happened to this point is complicated enough that, yeah, arguing. And we're probably gonna be late for our flight because the line going to pass border security was so long and so annoying that we needed to find a way to get in faster, and luckily we were able to do that. And if you want to know how bad it was, this is how I would compare it, right? The wait in their border security is like waiting in the Philippines airport. It's that bad. Or at least waiting in the Philippines airport in like 2007 or 2008, 2009, somewhere around those years, because it was so bad. It's so long, and out of the booths there's only like 1 or 2 people running border security. Like, oh my god, where are the other employees? I'm sorry if I'm ranting. I am so sorry if I'm bitching about all this, but dear god, it was so slow. And I have to calm down because I don't want to get in trouble. But all I can say is that I don't think I'm gonna be visiting France again. I might probably for like a honeymoon or whatever, but I don't think I want to visit France again if airport experience sucks. If it's similar to what I have to experience in the Philippines. And according to my mom, the experience in the Philippines has improved. But I don't know if it did because I haven't returned for quite a while, so I don't know. But basically, if airport experience in a first world country is similar to the airport experience in a third world country that you were born in and you've been through that for like multiple times in your life, but you had to suck it up when you were young because, well, it's the Philippines. What do you expect? You got frustrated. I need to calm down. I need to calm down. I really need to calm down. It's getting warm now, and it's freaking winter. I'm wearing a onesie for Pete's sake. And the reason why is because I have to calm down. Calm down. Anywho, we basically made it to our flight. We're going to Japan. So, yep, let's hopefully things doesn't get worse from here. So, I think by this point the universe saw what just happened to us in France and realized that that was a good enough payment to pay back to the fun moments that we had in Iceland and UK, that they decided that in Japan, since our flight is like 10 hours away, why not, in our own terms, explore Japan in 2 hours? And it's a decent payback, I guess. Like, we were stressed out, and why not just visit Japan for a short amount of time? And this meant that we are only able to visit 2 places. And thank God, border security was faster. I mean, it's not like super fast where they don't care. Like, I mean, they care so much of their security, but the waiting time is much faster than France. And this says something. And this, we're talking about a country which had a history of blocking its entire border for like God knows when in the past before opening it again. I'm sorry God, I'm making it sound like that you shouldn't go to France. Like, you shouldn't, like, the airport experience in France is really shit. But you have to know that we were stressed out and there is a lot in stake. So that's why I'm sort of ranting here. But yeah, I don't know about you, but for me, due to how stressful everything was, it makes sense to why we kind of hated the airport experience in France. So basically, my brother and I had to choose where we want to go, but we can only pick one. And my brother, he wanted to visit Harajuku, which is the youth fashion district. And for me, I had to choose between Akihabara and Shibuya. To be completely honest though, I thought that the famous Japanese crossing, you know, that giant crossroads where everyone can walk in multiple directions, was in Akihabara, but apparently it's in Shibuya, so we ended up going to Shibuya instead. I wanted to visit Akihabara because I heard it's the technology district, and I would love to look around, probably buy something I could afford, like one single item, but I wanted to take photos, so why not just go to Shibuya instead? And I have to say, it was really awesome. Like, it was really amazing. The people were able to help us out. And I had a blast looking around. Like, apparently there's a cosplay shop in Harajuku, and I wanted to buy something, but I know I have no room for it in my bag. Basically, I'm just like, okay, maybe next time when I do visit Japan properly with some high school friends, because me and a few high school friends decided that when we all graduate, like when everyone is done with their studies, we're all going to Japan together. So that's one thing to look forward to probably in the future. Maybe, we're not sure. So basically our time in Japan went according to plan-ish, I guess, depending on how you view it. Like, everything went smoothly. We were able to go back in time. We were able to do all the things we wanted to do, and airport experience was amazing. Like, they had locker services where we could shove all our bags in, because God forbid all of us carrying all our shit to Shibuya. You don't want to do that. And basically things went okay, and I was able to buy some, like a few things, not a lot, just a few, and one of them is this cute Hello Kitty doll, which I haven't removed from its plastic yet because I'm waiting for my room to finish renovating to bring it out to display it. And the reason why I bought this is because it reminded me of Hinamatsuri, which is a doll festival in Japan. I think it happens in the spring, and it was either this or Snow Vulpix plush, and I could only afford one giant plushie, so I chose this one because it's really cute. Oh, by the way, Box Critters, because this is an unpaid sponsorship by Box Critters, please add a kimono in the game, please. Like, I'm gonna beg for you to put this in. Like, I'm gonna tweet you later on about adding this item in. And then from Japan, we arrived in Sydney, and you think that's where all the chaos ends, right? No! Because apparently 4 of our bags got lost. And luckily, they were able to deliver it all back. But I swear to God, oh my God, the fact that 4 of those bags were missing is probably the most stressful thing that happened, like, for my whole family. Like, forget being a day late going home. Forget that your transport going back, you have to find someone else to do it, basically. It's the fact that we lost 4 of my bags that broke the camel's back. Luckily for me, I have all my bags with me since France. Like, my normal giant luggage that was meant to be like the one that goes underneath the plane. We managed to make that as our hand carry because I don't carry heavy stuff. Like, I bought not much things, so it's not as heavy to not pass it on as hand carry. But I lost some of my stuff. Like, for a while, I thought I would lose my jacket, I would lose my thick pajamas, hence why I'm wearing a onesie, because I don't have my very thick jammies on me. I thought I would lose my scarf, and most importantly, I thought I would lose my pink toque. And we all know that that pink toque is somewhat close to what my critter wears in Box Critters. But luckily, I have something that will make up for it. A pink ball cap from Lazy Town. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what I'm gonna be giving away in Box Critters. Box Critters is a game by Lance Freeb. He created Club Penguin. He's now creating a new virtual world called Box Critters where we play as critters. It's currently still in the alpha experiment phase. We're almost up to the beta phase soon. They just recently released a mini game called Critter Ball, which is somewhat addictive, but there's still bugs depending on how you're gonna play it, so that's one thing. And since this video is somewhat unpaid, sponsored with Box Critters and Discord Critters, I'm gonna be giving away another item, which is the pink ball cap. No, it won't look like this, guys. It's not gonna be like this. This is for my in real life cosplay stuff. But the pink ball cap will be just something simple, and it's just another head item that you can wear for your players or your character, basically. So yeah, if you want to get the item, the code is basically /critbits. And if you don't know what critbits is, it's basically my creative writing blog where I just write Box Critters fanfiction and justify how it fits within the world of Club Penguin. And The upcoming story that came along with this video, it's somewhat inspired by my recent trip to Iceland. Like, the story is not exactly what I did in Iceland, but just everything about it, like how I wrote it, somewhat inspired by what I saw, what I experienced, and the art that I drew is somewhat inspired by the works of Johannes Kjærvall, who is an Icelandic artist. And apparently, I went to a museum that's named after him, and that's gonna be mentioned in a future travel vlog later in the future, so that's something to look forward to. But anywho, I hope you enjoyed this long-ass story time video about one of the most stressed out moments of my entire family's life when it comes to traveling. The thing is that I want to go back to Iceland again, so we do hope that whatever happened doesn't happen again. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to get the big Ballcap, use the code /critbits. It's gonna be shown here, it's gonna be in the description. Feel free to visit my blog as well. And yeah, so my name is Kitty J out, and see you guys next time. Ciao!